I'll tell you this. I've been a big fan of Michael Schumacher when he was a king of the road in the 90s. The essence of speed, depth of physics, complexity of how engineered a car can be is something that really can't be quantified. And as years go by, it gets more complex over and over and over again. That's Formula One racing in a nutshell, I think. I'm Chickmangla, by the way, and thank you for tuning in. As a fan of Formula One since my childhood, this was one of the sports that gained some traction in the media since the 80s. A great sport, hefty sign-up bonuses, the neck-to-neck competition all drives the audience nuts to watch every race. Now, DOF Reality has been in the business from quite some time, and I've had the opportunity to try the units at the Flight Sim Expo last year, mesmerized on how immersive it felt, and gave this a try. A platform like this can take you in its own world rather, and the beauty of having a platform like this is that this isn't specific to a particular sim or a game. There are varieties and types of simulators one can experience with this. Now, I've tried mainly flying as flight simming has advanced to a good extent over recent years. Formula One was something I wanted to try, and I've seen plenty of folks out there with their DOF gears trying to rally, race, drive, and wanted to really wear their helmet, so to speak, and experience on what's so exciting about all this stuff. Let's talk about my setup, build, what I use here to really up that experience. Now, the current setup what I have is the H3 DOF Reality setup. This is one of the models, and the H3 basically relates to 3 degrees of freedom. That's where the 3 derives from. It can simulate pitch, roll, heave movements. In flight terms, this is designed in a way where you can try 3 different angles of support, where you can pitch, roll, yaw, and this is pretty much that carries the same principle to a Formula One car in a way. You have the change of altitude on the racetrack, in subtle ways. Sudden turns, long ones, braking, all have a G-force inclined to it. It works to a similar fashion to this. The seat what I have installed is from Next Level Racing, the ERS1 seat, which has been good quality. It supports my back, and you have to be a bit picky here on seats due to the configuration of the platform. The support you need is important, and not every seat is something we can try. When I sim 2D with the monitor stand that carries my rig very neatly to say, and this is from Next Level Racing as well. A great team behind who make quality builds to last a lifetime. On the Steam store, to my surprise, I've been seeing deep discounts on the 2024 version of Formula One, and I have no idea on why this has been discounted heavily. For almost $11 for the entire game, yes, $11, I thought, why not get this? Plus it supports VR, so hence I placed the order. I've enjoyed flight simming all these months, and I think it was time to try out F1 for a change. Also using is the R3 Moza Racing wheels and pedals. It's a good companion, and the team says that this is a way to start, but I think it offers more than that. So all these sure can improve the experience, I believe. The software used here is Sim Racing Studio, something that the DOF platform relies on. It's a dedicated app to fine-tune settings on your DOF Reality, customized to your needs. It's a very useful app, and it helps to configure every little sense of feedback you really need. Sim Racing Studio, SRS in short, this specializes in motion, tactile feedback for simulators. So be it a flight sim, or racing, or even trucking, there's something for everything. So you have plenty of options to choose from, including MSFS 2024, iRacing, Rally, American Truck Simulator, and a lot more options. If you've been sim racing for a while, you know that no matter how great your wheels, pedals, or any other peripherals are, something is always missing, isn't it? You don't get that real-world feel, that feedback that tells you what the car is doing, how it's moving, how hard you're pushing the limits. It's hard to explain unless you've actually been in a real car. I've never been in a real F1 car, but the experience of feeling the car move under you, especially in an F1, is a big deal for me. In sim racing, most of the time, you can only see and react to what's happening on the screen, but there's nothing to physically back it up. That's where the DOF platform, in particular the H3, comes into play to fill that gap, and that's quite a big gap as you can see. So the H3 isn't just another racing seat or a motion platform. It's got these actuators that simulate motion in a way that's pretty damn close to what you would feel in a real car.
Okay.
It's got these actuators that simulate motion in a way that's pretty damn close to what you would feel in a real car. I'm not talking about some simple vibrating seat or a small tilt here and there. Now this platform moves you, your whole body, through the motions of the car. You get to feel the car move beneath you as it shifts weights in corners, accelerate out of turns, and slam on the brakes. It's as close you can get to being in a car itself. So let's talk about Formula 1 for a second. In F1, it's all about precision. Every tiny adjustment you can make on the wheel or a pedal can change the entire formula. When you throw an F car into a corner at 150 miles per hour, you're dealing with a massive amount of G-forces. And trust me, I don't want to go through those G-forces, but I want to get some sense of that. The car shifts, the tire screams for grip, and your body gets pushed to the side during these sudden turns. Now that kind of force is hard to replicate in a sim unless you've got a system like the H3. You can actually sense the car push against you as you take a corner. You can sense that weight shift, and when you hit the brakes, it's like your whole body gets pulled forward in a way. It's like you're in the car, not just playing a game. If you've ever driven an F1 car or really pushed a car to its limit on a track, you know that it's just not about what you see. The closest to F1 racing for me is, you can guess this well, go-karting. But the physics aren't different here. Of course the speed is different. They're two different worlds apart. But your body knows what your car's doing, even before you fully process this in your head. Now the H3 helps bridge that gap. It's not about being in the game, it's about feeling the game. In F1, every tenth of a second counts, and having that feedback can actually help you be more precise with your inputs, adjust faster, and have a better understanding of the track. I've been using this platform for a bit over the last few months, and man, it makes a difference. Not just F1, flight simming as well. And it's not some kind of a flashy gimmick, it's something that actually enhances the experience. So when you hit the gas and feel that acceleration push you back to the seat, or when you brake hard, you feel your body jerk forward. It really starts to experience like you're racing on an actual track. You can feel the bumps in the road, the sharpness of the turns, and even subtle weight shifts that tell you when the car is about to oversteer or understeer.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
It feels like you're really navigating the track. When you go through a tight, high-speed curve, the platform adjusts to give you a better sense of how the car is behaving. And that's the kind of feedback you need to be able to react faster, learn the track better, and really get into that zone. I'm about 230 pounds almost here, and this can support me well. So if you're doing F1 racing, or just even messing around with F1 style cars in a sim, I think that this platform is going to give you that kind of experience that makes you feel like you're actually there. So whether you're chasing lap times or just enjoying the ride, it takes sim racing to the next level. It gives you the tactile sensation, and DOF Reality isn't about fancy gimmicks or flashy motions. It's about making the whole experience more real. The little things, like how the car reacts when you brake, shift gears, how it moves underneath you in every corner, that's what all adds up to something special. So if you're testing setups or really trying to push the limits of the car, this can help you with those tiny little differences that you might just miss just staring at the screen. DOFing in F1 was really good fun, and with a good combination of the right set of peripherals, this can add more immersion, ultimately improving your experience. So, what do you guys think? Is this something you can consider on a long term to invest on a rig like this? Or, what are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below, and there's more to follow in the days to come. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye for now.